Hi, I'm Carlos, your Spanish teacher. Welcome to PepioSpanish.com. Today I want to talk to you about three things. First, we're going to talk about how the brain works when you're learning a language. Now, the brain goes through exactly the same processes when learning any single language. The only difference there might be when you're teaching one language or the other might be that because of the specific grammar or vocabulary of each language, a teacher may consider better to teach some structures first or some structures later or something like that. But when it comes to learning how to speak the language, the brain goes exactly through the same processes. Now, notice that children, they learn their native language by pure imitation from their parents. The language that you speak, your first language, you learned it by imitation. You might not remember this because at that time your memory was not yet active. So probably when we're learning a second language, we go like, oh my God, this is so difficult, right? But actually you did it before. The thing is that your brain didn't record that process. It was quite hard. You did it when you were a baby and you started speaking your language at 2.5 or 3 years old. All right? And your memories are from 3 and after that. So it's normal that you don't have that. So believe me, you are a natural born imitator. If you learn to speak your native language that well, you can learn by imitation to learn any second language exactly the same way. Now, notice the way that a language is taught mostly around the world. With the exception of English, most other languages are still taught with one of the first or very old methods called the grammar translation method, in which teachers were teaching the students how to write a language that they yet didn't know how to speak. They were showing them written words that they already read in their native language, so they got the mispronunciation in their mind. Let's imagine a person whose native language is Spanish and he's trying to learn English. If I am, as an English teacher, I write the word table on the board and he already speaks Spanish, the first thing that pops into his mind when the synapses gets made in his brain, the brain is going to remember table, because the A in Spanish is A and the E in Spanish is E. So he's going to learn table, and then the teacher is going to have to take that mistake off his brain. That is already a fossilized error that he won't be able to get that easily. The teacher will be saying table and he will say table and table and table. Now, wouldn't it be better if the teacher, instead of showing the written word, he would have just shown the table and say, this is a table, repeat, this is a table, table. Then the children only hear the word table, table, and they repeat until they get it. When finally the teacher, after a few days of the children repeating the word table, he writes, okay, this is the way you write table on the board. They will still read table, but their instinct, because they already generated a reflex, they're going to say table, because they already know it's table, right? It's the same when we're learning the opposite way. If your native language is English and you're trying to learn Spanish, and I want to teach you a word, then it would be better for me to teach you the word and for you to learn how to speak it without seeing how it's written. So when you already know how to say it, then and only then I show you the word. For example, if you say burrito when you go to Taco Bell, right? You learn to say burrito because you heard people saying burrito. Actually, it's not burrito, it's burrito. But why is it like that? Because somebody showed you the word burrito, but you didn't know that it was pronounced burrito. But you saw, as your R doesn't sound doesn't sound R, it sounds So it's normal for you to say burri, and the O, for you the O sounds O. So it's normal that you say burrito. But if I had told you from the beginning, before you ever heard that word, that this is a burrito, repeat, this is a burrito, until you got it, then when I showed you the written word, you went, so that's how you write burrito. So that's the way we're going to do it here, okay? We're going to use English as a second language methodology to teach you Spanish, which normally isn't that common, okay? Now, second point. So, sorry, before I go to the second point. So that's why you're not going to see any written words in the beginner videos. In the beginner's videos, you're going to hear me and I'm going to ask you to repeat several times, and you're going to be able to rewind videos also if that's not enough. And when you master the words, then you're not going to have a problem finding out how they're written. You could even Google it, but you do it later when you already mastered the word. Now let's move on to the next part. Now, this is the process we're going to use when I'm teaching you the first beginners videos, when I'm going to introduce you to some basic vocabulary. Let's imagine that in today's lesson I'm going to teach you the equivalent in Spanish to the word this. For example, when you say, this is a wallet. Okay, this is the way we're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to show you the object. I'm going to try to always bring you realia. That means to show you real things, right? And I'm going to say it first in English. And then I'm going to repeat it 3 times in Spanish. The first time, very slowly. The second time, a bit faster. And the last time, at normal speed. Because you're not supposed to learn Spanish speaking slowly, because then when you think that you already learned, when you understand by hearing and you go to the street and somebody talks to you, you're going to hear rakatiki-chaka-chaka. You're not going to really distinguish words. You're just going to hear some weird gibberish, right? So let's do it like that. After I tell you those 3 repetitions, then I'm going to repeat 3 more times, but I'm going to be giving you little spaces for you to repeat, little time for you to repeat. So let's go. This is the way it would go. This is a wallet. Esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. Now you. Esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. Alright, and then I would go to the next word. You only have to rewind the video as many times as you need to go through the same thing until you hear yourself saying, esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. Esta es una billetera. And you're going to be amazed how you can learn to speak a new language like this. Okay? You're going to be learning, even from the videos, how to speak the language already. I'm not just going to be teaching you what the words mean. That's not my goal. I can show you, this is a wallet, and then move on to the next thing, and this is a desk, and this is this, and this is that. Right? And you're just going to be going, oh, so that's how you say it. Oh, so that's how you say it. That's not my goal. My goal is that you learn to speak it the way that I speak it. Right? So, that's the way that we're going to do. Okay? Now, that's it for today in this video. And this is the video where you're going to hear most English of any others. So, I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking on the bottom above, or click on the link below to visit our website, PepioSpanish.com, where you can find out a lot about us, and where you can find out how to get a free one-time class, a 15-minute class with us on Skype, either with me or with my wife. And we are both native speakers, we are both teachers, we both have 15 and 18 years experience teaching Spanish and English. So feel free to visit us, and see you later online. Okay? Have a beautiful day. Bye.